Good afternoon, everybody. Christine Marconi here in the NBC4i Streaming Center, joined by NBC4 Digital Sports reporter Justin Holbrook. And we just got new information about the Memorial Tournament, which is coming up quickly here. Justin, no mask for those vaccinated spectators.
Yeah, fully vaccinated, I think, is
Yes,
an
fully
important
vaccinated,
distinction.
and they
Yeah,
did outline that specifically.
right. So that was something they had announced, I think, back on May 3rd. It was that those who had been vaccinated or not, it didn't really matter, had to wear a mask. But now with the new CDC guidance and with Ohio opening back up essentially on June 2nd, Memorial starts on June 3rd. They said we're going to follow PGA Tour guidelines and CDC guidance and the Ohio Department of Health. And if you're fully vaccinated, no mask required. But if you are not fully vaccinated, they're saying you should wear a mask, whether you're socially distant or not. You have to be out on the course wearing a mask. How they're going to enforce that, if they're going to enforce that, remains to be seen, and how they go about doing that. But right now, they're saying if you're vaccinated, you're fine not to wear one, and if you're not, then you have to.
Yeah, and fully vaccinated, again, that means 2 weeks, just about post your second shot if you get the Pfizer or Moderna, and then also 2 weeks past getting the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So we are 15 days, just about 2 weeks away from the start of the Memorial Tournament. So if you haven't really started that process with Pfizer or Moderna, kind of rules you out. But if you get your Johnson & Johnson vaccine either today or tomorrow, you could still be considered fully vaccinated by the Memorial Tournament.
You might be ruled out anyway because they're going to 35% capacity and they're selling badges for the tournament, and they've been out for a while now.
Yes.
And their announcement today, along with the masks, is that they're not adding any more badges as of today. Now, that could change between now and the first day on June 3rd. We don't know that, but right now they're saying no more badges and they're sold out. So you probably can't get a ticket to one of the hottest events of the year for the golf world, at least.
Yes. Well, for those of you who were lucky enough to get a ticket, if you don't want to wear a mask and you haven't gotten vaccinated yet, just really a short amount of time for you to do that at this point. I know today is media day. Jared is actually out at Muirfield right now in Dublin. Justin, what do we expect to come out of that?
So the big thing is how they've changed the golf course. They've been working for about 2 years now, Jack Nicklaus and his son Jackie Jr. So basically what they did is they kind of overhauled the course, right? They've basically made the greens firmer, softer, and that's going to make it a tougher course for players. They've stretched out some of the holes, so it's a longer way to get there. Doesn't really matter with the way that guys drive nowadays. And they've kind of revamped a few holes. I think 5 to 7 holes are going to look pretty different on television and very different for the golfers that are out there. It may not look a lot different, but it's going to play a lot differently, and I think you'll see that in scores. And the big thing was Jack Nicklaus said he wanted to take one last bite out of the proverbial apple, and that was just to put his stamp on it. He said the course wasn't really fighting back, and he wanted to make it a little bit challenging, more challenging at least for the players. And I think they've done that, and you'll hear from Jared what the changes are that they've made, how the holes look. We've got some drone footage coming up later today.
Ooh, that'll be pretty.
We'll have a lot of stuff to see what Muirfield Village looks like and how it's changed a little bit over the past year.
Tough assignment for Jared out there today. All right, guys, if you want more information on the updated rules for the Memorial Tournament, which is happening in 15 days from now, you can check out NBC4i.com.